Hi all, thanks for tuning in to this introductory presentation on the Connecting Nature project view of what is a nature-based solution and the technical solutions element of the Connecting Nature framework. I hope that you find it useful for beginning your journey understanding and implementing the technical aspects of nature-based solutions. I'll start with an introduction. I'm Stuart Connop and I work at the Sustainability Research Institute, which is part of the University of East London in the UK. My background is an ecologist and I work with a focus on designing urban areas to restore the biodiversity that's so important to underpinning healthy and thriving urban communities. From an initial narrow focus on green infrastructure design for urban biodiversity, my research interest has expanded to include a broader view on the design and evaluation of multifunctionality in nature-based solutions. I am currently working on the EU Horizon 2020 funded project Connecting Nature. In Connecting Nature, one of my main roles so far has been working with our frontrunner cities, Genk, Glasgow and Poznan, supporting their transformational journeys scaling up nature-based solution delivery across their cities. By scaling up nature-based solutions, what we mean is cities transitioning from the situation that most are in currently, one whereby they have experience of delivering localized nature-based solution projects. This means that pilots of nature-based solution innovation are being delivered, typically on a building or single site scale. These projects are being delivered using existing, often siloed governance structures, where nature-based solutions are being delivered by or in partnership with single local authority departments and from single departmental budgets. It's also typically a situation whereby learning is being captured but not necessarily shared between teams and departments. And transitioning to a new normal, a situation whereby nature-based solutions are embedded as solutions to city-wide problems and challenges, representing a business as usual approach. A situation in which multifunctionality is embedded by design, where nature-based solutions are delivered over multiple and connected scales, and this spatial range is reflected in the multifunctional design. A situation whereby nature-based solutions are delivered using new forms of collaborative governance that underpin interdisciplinary working, and a situation whereby experiential learning from these processes is shared to support more successful and wider rollout, and where the systems delivering nature-based solutions are open to innovation and evolution. Scaling up delivery of nature-based solutions effectively is a complex process, bringing together innovations in technical solutions, evaluation, governance, co-production, reflexive monitoring, financing and entrepreneurship. All of these innovations need to be interwoven and balanced to ensure successful planning, delivery and long-term stewardship of nature-based solutions. Working with my colleague Caroline Nash and supported by Dagmar Haas and Diana Dushkova from the University of Berlin, one of my roles in exploring this complexity was leading on the development of the technical solutions element of the Connecting Nature framework, an element that is designed to support in navigating the complexities of technical aspects of scaled-up delivery. The element itself is hopefully fairly self-explanatory. It comprises a series of guiding questions to stimulate the right thinking and processes and guides you in asking the right questions in relation to the technical aspects of nature-based solution scaling. The questions themselves are based on a comprehensive literature review of nature-based solution publications and are deemed to be the key components involved in successful implementation. The questions from this literature review were then supplemented with actions and experiences emerging from our frontrunner city exemplar development and delivery processes. The questions are designed to cover the planning, delivery, and stewardship phases of technical development, but are not designed to follow a linear process that should be completed in one go. Ideally, the questions will stimulate thought and will be regularly revisited as your nature-based solution projects and scaling processes develop. The questions are also naturally interrelated with issues in other framework elements. For example, we know what we want, so how will we fund it? Or, we know where we want it, but we don't know what we want. How can we get locals to input into the design process? So it'll be natural to explore across all framework elements as nature-based solution projects and scaling processes develop. A critical first step to exploring technical solutions, effectively rolling out nature-based solutions, and underpinning the scaling up of the technical aspects of nature-based solutions is understanding what nature-based solutions are. So, what are nature-based solutions? There is more than one definition currently, as is often the case with new and emerging concepts. But the general consensus is that nature-based solutions are solutions that use nature and natural features and processes to address societal challenges by enhancing the environmental, social, and economic benefits of grey, green, and blue infrastructure. This focus on nature and natural processes means that nature-based solutions do not just target direct human benefits, but should also promote a locally contextualized net gain approach to biodiversity conservation. When I refer to biodiversity net gain, what I mean is ensuring that nature-based solutions not only integrate an element of biodiversity improvement, but actually generate a positive legacy of ecological enhancement. For example, this could include improving, extending, or connecting existing wildlife habitat and contributing to wider ecological networks by using local opportunity maps to identify areas where habitat restoration and creation would be of greatest benefit. Such an approach ensures that nature-based solutions are functioning, healthy, and resilient components of wider ecological networks. Net gain approaches should involve designing nature-based solutions that help deliver local and/or national nature conservation priorities. Targeting this not only supports declining biodiversity, but also underpins the delivery of a wide range of environmental, social, and economic benefits, and so is crucial in terms of achieving multifunctionality. Multifunctionality is at the heart of a nature-based solution approach. This multifunctionality is underpinned by two particular components of the nature-based solution definition currently adopted by the European Commission. Inspired and supported by nature, so biodiversity net gain should be at the heart of nature-based solution design, and providing ecological, social, and economic benefits, underpinning this idea of cost effectiveness through the simultaneous delivery of multiple and diverse benefits associated with these three cornerstones of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. One attempt to define nature-based solutions, a figure developed by the IUCN based on a paper by Edgemont et al., explains them as a continuous graduation of types, ranging from the sustainable use of natural ecosystems through to the creation of entirely new ecosystems. This means that nature-based solutions comprise a range of contexts and scales, including everything from small-scale pockets in high-density urban areas through to landscape and seascape level ecosystems. This slide represents the range of types and scales that can comprise nature-based solutions in urban areas. From top left and top right, small-scale pocket parks and community grow-your-own projects, to bottom left, medium-scale green roofs covering entire buildings, and through to bottom right, parks and green cycle networks that can cover much larger scales. These are all nature-based solutions as they share the common traits of using nature or natural processes to provide multifunctional social, environmental and economic benefits. However, this definition of nature-based solutions is quite broad, and so care must be taken. Under this definition, even this polluted waterway could conceivably be defined as a nature-based solution. Whilst on first look, you would probably never consider this unpleasant, polluted site to be an example of a nature-based solution, with a thorough understanding of its local context, though, it could well be included under the current definition. Even in its current degraded and polluted format, it provides some environmental benefits, such as storing floodwater and intercepting poor quality runoff from a local business estate. Although not very successfully, the reed beds here presumably also provide some water quality improvements. There is no doubt that, although not high quality, there is some habitat provision supporting local biodiversity. The floodwater storage and attenuation properties mean that the site is reducing flood risk and therefore the economic impact of flooding on local businesses. And, although not the most attractive space to visit, the site is regularly visited by dog walkers. It's also used as a walking route to nearby schools and an occasional picnicker. Obviously, though, this is not the kind of space we're promoting when we encourage the adoption of a nature-based solution approach. We're not trying to develop a scenario when anything green, or indeed blue, is considered a nature-based solution. We are trying to promote a situation where the planning, development and stewardship of grey, green and blue infrastructure is considered in a way that puts biodiversity at its heart and balances and secures a sustainable management process for environmental, social and economic value from these spaces. As such, in Connecting Nature, we promote a definition whereby the idea of solution is a key component of the concept of nature-based solutions. By definition, a solution is the answer to a problem. In this case, the problem is how to manage landscapes sustainably to provide equitable benefits for human populations and simultaneously preserve biodiversity. Central to this is the stewardship of the biodiversity so that we are sustainably benefiting from the supporting, provisioning, cultural and regulatory ecosystem service benefits that nature can provide for us. In response to this, in Connecting Nature, we approach nature-based solutions as a sustainable adaptive management challenge. We are working to develop a process that supports local authorities and other stakeholders in widespread implementation of nature-based solutions. A process that supports the transition of underused, poorly managed and unsustainable grey, green and blue infrastructure into nature-based solutions. A process that considers how a nature-based solution approach to a space's planning, delivery and stewardship can enhance its biodiversity value through a biodiversity net gain approach. How a nature-based solution approach can enhance the environmental benefits a space is providing. How a nature-based solution approach can enhance the economic benefits a space is providing, and how a nature-based solution approach can enhance the social and health and well-being benefits a space is providing. The foundation of the technical solutions element of the framework is a focus on delivering this multifunctionality contextualized to the locality into which the nature-based solution is being installed, and approaches to exploring this local context. Hopefully that has provided you with a good introductory overview in relation to what are nature-based solutions and the technical solutions element of the Connecting Nature framework. I hope it's been interesting, and please do explore the Connecting Nature framework and technical guidebook to find out more. Thanks for listening.